Hi, I'm Gina Cagle, Associate Editor with Radiance Magazine, and I'm here today with Gautam Baiji from the Divine Art of Yoga Center in Whittier, La Habra. It's kind of right on the edge of Whittier and La Habra. Welcome, Baiji. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Gina. It's nice to see you.
Thank you. I had the enjoyable honor and privilege of going to the center, the Ashram, in La Habra, and experiencing several of the programs there. I went on Wednesday evening to a yoga class, which was unlike any other yoga class I've ever been to, both in sort of the corporate gym setting and the more private yoga studio setting. This was different and it was so fun. And I have to admit, I was a little bit nervous going, but because I didn't know what to expect. And is everybody going to be this amazing yogi with their ankles above their heads and all of that? And it wasn't. It was so welcoming and relaxed. And there were people of all walks there, a young boy to seniors and business people and all kinds of folks there. So that was fantastic. And then you all did a pranayama breathing and chanting session, which is probably a little bit outside of the comfort zone of many people. But it was breathing techniques and vocalizations that really helped me feel open and relaxed and peaceful, and it's sort of in this peaceful, loving state. It was wonderful.
Thank you.
And I also attended the Sunday service, which was so fun, which is sort of a non-denominational. So it feels very Hindi to me, a Westerner without a lot of experience in that area, but it's non-denominational. So you talked a lot, Baiji, about Jesus and about other people in other figures in other religious approaches, and it was really just so beautiful. I loved it.
Thank you.
Food afterward, oh my goodness, a real Indian food, and we all sat around together and chatted. I got to meet so many lovely people. They were so welcoming and warm and happy to talk about what goes on in the ashram and all of that. It was really wonderful. So anybody watching who is in the area, I mean, I drove an hour to get there and it was worth it. I encourage you to go out to the Divine Art of Yoga Center. You can go to, it's divineartofyoga.org. Write that down. Go on the website and check it out. So Baiji, I would love to know a little bit for the center. What is what's sort of the approach and the philosophy of your ashram there?
Yeah, yes. Okay. So as you came that day and you feel like little bit like kind of Hinduism. So the main reason is our message is we respect all religions and we talk about all different scriptures. But our goal is to bring more spirituality but you feel that way because all Indian people mostly they join us. And whoever sings, they sing the Hindi devotional songs.
Right.
And other Baiji talk in Hindi, and mostly because when we go according to the audience, when only Hindu people are here, so because they don't have, not everybody has knowledge about other scriptures. So that's why it's easy to make them understand according to the scriptures, because all great souls came, their message was same. All great souls came and their message was, man, know thyself. So that's why, and that's why we talk according to the Indian Hindu scriptures. But the main goal is here, like we become a nun and we did meditation a lot, and after that we realized, because in childhood we know about the Indian culture, Indian religion, and religion is just a way of living. You know, when people are living and they just follow the same style and everything. So the main goal of our center is to bring the awakening in our consciousness. So that way we will realize, because each and every culture says God is one, God is light, but every scripture is saying the same thing. But how can we realize that? Because only by saying we cannot achieve anything in our life. Maybe we feel, oh, we are doing this or that, but otherwise, when we say, there is oil in the ground, the gasoline is in the ground, by saying that we cannot run our car. So if you want to run our car, we have to take out the gasoline and refine it, and then we can use it. The same way in spirituality, we say the divine power is everywhere, God is light, is within us. But how can we realize that? As long as we don't realize that, then we cannot bring the oneness. So our goal is here, we do spiritual discourses, we do yoga, we teach meditation and all these things, just bring the oneness. And that we can bring only once we will know what is that one. Because we say God is one. If you read any scriptures, everywhere they say the same thing, God is one. And it's within us. But for that, we have to know what is the one and how can we go within to realize the oneness.
I love that analogy, the oil in the ground, saying there's oil in the ground doesn't make our cars go. That's perfect. That makes so much sense. Wonderful.
Because we have to take it out. Then everywhere we need a practical experience. Without practical experience, we cannot get that idea, the real idea.
Right, right. And so when people come to your ashram, they can experience ways to discover that oneness within them in practical ways.
Yes, we believe, like we teach here yoga and meditation. So we want to bring oneness in our body, mind and soul also. Because we teach yoga, so that way we can become healthy. But the same time, we try to focus our mind with our breath. So when we focus our mind, that way we can get awareness for our body and mind both. Because for body, people, they do all different kind of diets. They follow the different diets. So the main thing is, when we teach yoga, we try to teach people what to eat, how to eat, and when to eat. And the same thing, we try to teach people, how can we just do the thought, think about the thought process. How can we filter our thoughts? Because if the thoughts are coming continue, we cannot stop them. But if you divert your mind in a good way, like sometime when we do meditation and we are holding the breath, I say, okay, count just 1 to 10. So that way you just diverting your mind and you can hold your breath little longer. The same way we try to teach them good things, so that way they can divert their mind in that right way. So that way we are giving nice training to our body and plus mind. And when mind and body, when they goes together, become one, and then we can nourish our soul also. Yes.
I remember that you just reminded me, in the yoga class, we were holding positions and people are kind of grunting and straining, and you said, how many should we hold it for? And people jokingly said 5, 10, and then you asked us to help you count, and it didn't always work out, or you skip counted 5, 10, 15, 20, okay, you're done. And it was so funny, and it made it so relaxed and enjoyable, and it got everybody involved. And that was something that I enjoyed. That was funny. Your sense of humor and personality is so easy to connect to and relax into. That added a whole other layer of welcoming and enjoyment for me going there. And I know the other people feel it too. It's part of what makes it so welcoming and home-like there.
Thank you so much. Yeah, our goal is, because we try to bring people here, and they should feel their own home. When they get relaxed, I mean, they feel their own home, so you feel more relaxed, and then you can focus more. So
Right.
that's why, because we do yoga and meditation for to connect our body, mind, and soul. The same way we want to bring a balance in our life in spirituality and materialism. Because when there is a nice balance, then you can live a fullest life. Otherwise, if you are full of materialism, you are living there. But if you don't have balance, then is always anything out of limit is not good.
Right.
So everything we need in a balance, in a limit. So when we go together, like if you are using a vehicle, bicycle, if both wheel are same, then we can go easily. But if the wheel are not same, more
Right.
air or less air, then we don't feel that comfortable. So it's our goal to bring a balance in materialism and spirituality, and the same way bring the balance in body and mind. So when both go together, hand to hand, then we can really enjoy our life.
Yes, that makes me think of Western culture. Often we sort of put all of our eggs in one basket. We go to church on Sunday, but then kind of do our own thing during the week, or go to the gym and get fit and buff and healthy, but don't really have strong relationships or a true sense of love for others, or our own life outside of this physical aspect. Or we work and work and work so many hours, but don't have time or make time for spirituality or for connection, for enjoyment of small things. So that approach is so needed right now, of the balance, everything in balance. And you mentioned that the ashram, you want it to be like a home for people. It literally is a house. It's this house for people watching. There's a house, and then there's sort of a side building. There's a beautiful garden in the front, and a garden space in the back that goes way, way back. It's so peaceful and green and lush and wonderful. But when you do the yoga and the services and everything, it's in the front living room, essentially. So it does feel like you're in a home space. And then so many people told me, oh, well, now that you've been here, you can come anytime. You need to talk to somebody, you need to have a place of peace and quiet to meditate, or to sort of have time to yourself, or have questions for the Baijis. You can come anytime. So just show up. It's home now.
Yes, so that's why we try to make it like a home. Anybody can feel home. And also we try to help people, because sometimes we like people have any problem in their personal life, so they can come to us. And like if you see any temple, in even Indian temple also, they open certain time and certain time they just close it. But here sometimes we don't have enough time, but people say, oh, you should take and I would like, we work at 24 hours, like all 7 days we keep open, because we feel like if the person has any problem, and the problem is now if the ashram is closed, so how they are going to share that? So that's why we try to keep it open, so that way we can help more people, because that's our goal, because that's why we dedicate our life for the community. We become nun, we don't have any family responsibilities and all these things, because if you are married, so it's your responsibility to take care of the family, right? So that's why we take decision, don't get married and take vow and become a nun, so that way we can help the community more. Otherwise, doing meditation, we used to stay at home when we were child. Like I was 15-year-old when I received the knowledge. I realized myself, and after that I could do meditation at home. But my goal was, whatever I received in my life, how satisfied I am. So the same thing I want to spread the community, spread to other people, so that way other people can get the advantage in their life, because life is too short. And we don't have time to think about all negative things which are not useful. And that's why we try to teach people, just use the filter, how to filter our thoughts, right? Because like nowadays we are seeing coronavirus is spreading everywhere. So people are very aware, they are sending message to each other, so they are on people, be safe, wash your hands, all these kind of things. Don't eat outside, just everything keep clean and be clean. So the same way, it's not only for outside, the same thing happening inside also. So how can we clean our thoughts, because the thoughts are going on? How can we clean them? How can we filter them? Because whatever happens, sometimes if you have wrong feeling, wrong thoughts, is takes us to our destruction. Because if you have the same energy, like if you have $100 and you can use to somebody for good, or we can use other way also. But here we try to teach them how to use your life the right way, so you can live a blessed life, and plus you can be helpful for others.
Right.
Yeah, and that's why every Sunday we give discourses here, and we try when people they comes here, because in family matters sometimes they bring their family matters, and we try to bring the positiveness in their mind, so that way they can, because sometimes what happens in this world, people want to change others. Why my husband not listening me, why he's not doing this, why my wife is not doing according to me. So everybody wants to change other people, but here we try to teach them, just change yourself. If you change yourself, if you are staying in positive way, everything, your perspective will get changed, and you will see the different person is standing in front of you.
Right.
Yeah, so that's our main goal.
Right. Personal responsibility and awareness.
Yes.
And it begins with the awareness of thoughts and those patterns.
Yes.
Right.
Because outside we are aware about the virus. The virus is coming, person can die. But we have other viruses within us. Our anger, our ego,
Right.
Jealousy and all these things. In this country we have everything, but still people are suffering. Why? Because of those inner viruses.
Right. And the physical outcome of those types of emotions, those the frequencies that they bring about in the body don't support healthy life. They can physically make you more susceptible through adrenaline and cortisol and a suppressed immune system from being in a constant fight or flight state, in a state of fear and stress and anxiety. So on a practical functional level alone, it's an important time to consider this, and maybe use this time to practice that and bring awareness to that for your own physical health and safety. It'll have ongoing positive ramifications as long as one practices that type of awareness and self-discipline.
Yeah,
I agree. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for your time today. It's been very helpful and so lovely to reconnect with you again. Again, anybody watching can go to divineartofyoga.org to find more about the ashram, learn more about the Baijis and their approach, and see how to get involved. Thanks again.
Okay, thank you so much.